Great.
Mic check. Hey, everybody.
Mic check.
Mic check.
We're tuning in. We got the one and only PTO. We got the EC over here. EC's on a weight loss journey. Pan's on I'm a release V2's journey. So we're here to answer all the questions and get straight to the point.
Latest video, how awesome that was to hear about your story, bro.
Thank you.
You dropping live. I guess I need to drop.
Yeah, Jamie needs to do one too because Eddie, yours was inspiring as well. Inspiring as hell. I wasn't expecting that, by the way. I'm like, what? Who's this naked guy on my thumbnails?
I need to have like a big beluga whale breast.
Well, how's it going? You how's the journey so far?
Down 4 pounds in a week.
I'm actually down like 5-6 pounds myself, so it's going well.
As if you need it, brother.
I know. It's like he's gonna lose he's gonna lose his lips. It's like this guy losing your lips at that point, dude.
Yeah, so, hey, let's wish Happy New Year to everybody who's tuning in on a Monday afternoon. You guys rock, man. Yeah, I wish everybody watching Thor, watching Pan the Organizer, supporting the whole family there. You guys are family. So, one says sound okay, but no image.
No image. Uh-oh. Can everyone see us?
I can see us.
That's one of our viewers from France.
Yeah, tuning in. That's a long way away.
C'est lequel que tu ne peux pas voir à l'écran en ce moment. I'm going to talk a little bit of French here.
Yeah, comment allez-vous? Yo también hablo español en
français. There you go.
Hey, Pan, how we matching today, bro? What we got going on, cuz?
Look at that. We got that green vibe going.
Nice.
So I'm excited because everybody who's here hopefully read the title. We're launching a bunch of V2 products, and we started last week with the launch of the ceramic spray sealant version 2. Now, for those who haven't watched any SEMA content from other of our content creator fellows, I went over the entire lineup. So if you guys want to see visuals of that, feel free to go watch a bunch of SEMA content on there. But today, basically, we're going over which products are getting a V2, what the differences are going to be, and how to visually notice the difference between a V1 bottle and a V2 bottle. So, Jamie, why don't you start us off on the right foot by showing the ceramic spray sealant version 2 up close. So, guys, when you're going to get the version 2 of the products, you're going to look at the label and both the gallon size and the 16 ounce. At the top where you see the color bar, you're going to see a nice V2 rounded circle. So that's where you're going to notice the difference. And then there's an Easter egg on the clean logo at the dot where you see the clean. That's where you're going to notice a little white V2 in the black circle. So that's how you can easily tell. I wanted to be able to distinguish version 1s from version 2s, so that way you're not confused. And so moving forward, once V2 launches, whatever is left of V1 gets sold out, and that is it. We're simply going to keep version 2, obviously, to prevent any confusion. So if we're going down the lineup, guys, if you have any questions, by the way, ask them in the comment section. We'll definitely try and reply to the most comments we can. But for the intent of V2, so it's not because the products were not working with version 1. It's just that I'm one who is obsessed with just wanting to keep up and make things as good as they possibly can be. And so this R&D started in like late 2023, early 2024 for the majority of them. So at this point in 2026, we're a year, 2 years into it. New raw material availability. Sometimes you can change different materials. And also the most important was feedback from version 1. So we listened to you guys and try to see where we can improve some things. So sometimes when you create a product, your intention with it is for one thing. And then as you realize things go on, people give you some feedback and you want to give them more of what they want. So V2 of the ceramic spray sealant. Ceramic spray sealant version 1 was a juggernaut. So that one was focused on long-term durability, 6 to 12 month type ceramic spray sealant. And the feedback we got was people weren't necessarily looking for a spray product that lasts that long. That one was meant more for user experience, ease of application, but they wanted more gloss and slickness. So what we did with V2, we're not giving any durability claims on the bottle anymore. It should last 3 to 6 months. So we went a little less hardcore on the resistance to chemicals and long-term durability, but we gave you more of gloss and slickness, all while keeping that three-way application. So the dry method and the wet application as a drying aid or as a spray-on rinse-off sealant. So you're still keeping that benefit, but the user experience was the big one. So despite me, Jamie, or Eddie not being able to get this mug to streak, some reports there was some people in some conditions that despite their best efforts, they were getting streakings for whatever reason. So we looked into how we can make it easier. So there's always some dials you can play with, right? So decrease a little bit of durability, increase the user experience by getting less possibilities of streaking and all that kind of stuff. So this one should be, if V1 was easy to apply, this one is just going to be even easier. So the focus with this one, again, was customer experience. And of course, more gloss and more slickness. I think this well deserves. And by the way, to get a V2 badge, this can't just be a scent change, because then for me, that's not enough. So if products are getting a V2, it's because the formulation has received enough improvements that it warrants a version 2. For the majority of the products as well, because the scents were so loved by people, we are trying to keep them identical. So the odors, except for one I'll talk about in this video, should pretty much be identical because we're using the same perfume houses, the same essences. So you're going to get that same experience from a smell standpoint, because I know those are staples in the lineup. So I know you're going to love V2. And again, we're doing the same thing. We're V2ing the 16 ounce and the gallon. What's up, Eddie?
Well, just so we're on the same page, everyone. And I echo what he's saying, but this is a total reformulation. It's not a copy.
Yeah.
So it is a reformulation, and he did go with more gloss, more slickness. But I don't know. I'm not gonna glaze it. It's still chemical resistant. Okay, I don't want Pan. Nice. I know Pan's shortchanging it because
I'm downplaying everything now.
He's downplaying everything. You can't. You remember V2 in Pan's eyes has to be V1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So remember, V1 was beast. But I'll tell him to say I'm not glazing this. I'm just letting the internet know that it's not your mama's sealant.
Honey glazer.
They're going to know. I'm sure we're going to see a bunch of reviews pop up eventually.
Here's a great question that goes alongside comparing V1 to V2 ceramic spray sealant. So Herrick's asked, did you reduce the strength of the sealant as to not step on the toes of the year one spray coating? So the whole first year you didn't have the spray coating. So that how does that kind of come into the place?
Basically, we're giving as far as durability is concerned, so there's the kind of best, better, and the best type in the lineup. So obviously you're starting with the quick detailer. For people who want, we're going to V2 that. I'm going to talk about this in this video. So the quick detail spray, that's for your regular weekly kind of use, boost gloss, slickness, have a drying aid when you're using a microfiber drying towel, or to do some spot kind of cleanings on your vehicle, whatever it may be, pick up some bird bombs, so on and so forth. So that's kind of the entry step. So we're looking more for ease of use, gloss, and slickness. Then you bump up to the ceramic spray sealant. That's the second tier. You're going to get a few months of protection on this one. So it's a stouter level of protection compared to the quick detail spray. And for those who were wanting a performance of approximately a year, we now have that ceramic spray coating, which sold out in just 48 hours after launch, despite us having the best efforts in stocking thousands and thousands of bottles.
That was so nuts.
But thank you guys, because that one is based on the resin of the my ceramic coatings. So that one is wild. So for people who are saying, I still want a year of protection, yeah, the ceramic spray coating is the one you want. Of course, you can maintain that with the ceramic spray sealant if you want. You can use the ceramic spray sealant as a maintenance type product as well on your other coatings. If you want to top off your existing coating from any brand, if it's starting to show some weaknesses, you can use either the ceramic spray sealant for a few months, or you can use the ceramic spray coating. So all you need to do basically is wash, decon the vehicle if need be. Once you're done drying it, use a panel prep spray to degrease the surface, and then you can apply the ceramic spray coating, and you're going to get wild gloss, slickness, hydrophobics. It's some pretty insane stuff. And then, of course, the range topping protection is our 3 and 8 year ceramic coatings. So you have 4 tiers kind of use and protection levels that people want. So there's everything for every price point and every durability kind of target that people want.
Can I talk about this, Pan? Maybe
not.
Of course. I'll talk about. I won't give it a lot, but it was kind of cool to see. I got to see it firsthand. Pan face to face with the chemist doing real life tests, and how pissed Pan got you guys don't understand. When he says he's passionate, legit, me and Jamie thought, oh, that's pretty good. Like me and Jamie were looking at it, we're like, that's pretty good. And Pan comes over, this is shit. You remember that, Jamie? He goes, I'm sitting, I'm looking at Jamie, I'm like, what, are we looking at the same thing? He goes, no, absolutely not. This is total shit. And the chemist's face turned red.
Happens.
So
when it comes to products, it's true. I'm a savage because I want the best I possibly could do for people and for myself as well. Is my name on the bottle?
The kind of level I just want to share the kind of level of commitment that Pan had when it came to V2 was he was not happy with what Jamie and I thought was. I was like, that's phenomenal. He's like, this is shit. He looked at me. He's like, no, not gonna happen. Not gonna work. It's terrible. And then he looked at him and he goes, what is this? This is this question he asked.
Mom and Dad, if you're watching, I was super polite, by the way.
No.
Yeah.
He was no.
Eddie's
he was
putting some spice on it.
No, bro. I swear, I wish that guy
The
would
honey glazer here.
moment.
He was like spice
this.
on it.
Pan, how savage were you for him for real? You were in his face.
Yeah, well, yeah. When I'm not happy, this is my babies, so it has to be like
what is this? What is this? It's not what I asked for.
While many would have been happy releasing those as V2s, I was like, nah, I can't.
I thought it was.
It's such a fun process though, because and you guys know you're part of the development team. Man, sometimes how many versions do we get of a specific, and then it's just tweaking and wanting more. And as when I know that I've reached the limit of the chemist's like outside of the box thinking, that's when I can be finally satisfied. I'm like, okay, now I think we've made it. Or if I start hearing some swearing back at me, like you're pushing us to the limits, I'm like, okay, I think we've reached a good point at this point.
I'm not adding spice to it. That's the conversation you did have because I had to walk away because I was uncomfortable.
Walk away.
I was uncomfortable. I was sitting there looking at Jamie like, I'm out. I'm not gonna be part of this. He told the guy, he goes, what is this? You know how Pan gets animated? Pan gets animated. This before the wings too. He was hungry. He was like,
that was the problem. We were hungry.
We need to have a different. If I'm releasing a V2 of something, there needs to be like a difference. Not only telling me that there's a difference in formulation and what I want from a V2, but I need to see it or feel it, right?
Mm-hmm. So and that's a hard act to follow, and it's hard to do when we're trying to tone down like the reactivity of a product, but also keep the same performance.
Yep.
It's hard. It's hard. So
it is hard. Yeah, because V1 of the ceramic spray sealant was already such a banger. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, okay, let's also listen to that feedback and see how we can make some improvements. Yeah. So this leads me to the shampoo V2. That one too is getting a version 2. Yes, that was a crowd favorite where the scent is going to stay the same. Don't worry about that. What we're doing is giving you more value. So this one, instead of in the bucket being a 1 to 256 dilution ratio, now we're jumping up to a 1 to 512. So we're basically giving double the concentration in the bucket. So you're getting a lot more for your money. And in the foam cannon, if you want good foam, you can use about 1 ounce. If you want great foam, 2 ounces. Or if you have a very weak setup or very hard water, you can still use a 1 to 10 dilution ratio. We're explaining all of that in the instructions, by the way.
Shittiest pressure washer when we're testing this, and it's still foamed. Like,
yeah, that's the one. I wanted us to buy a Ryobi 1.2 gallon per minute. So like the cheap entry level, just a Home Depot pressure washer. And then of course I'll have videos on the channel and we're going to show all that in the R&D. And yeah, even that one, when it foamed, I was like, if somebody doesn't get foam with this, there's a problem.
Yeah, it was tested with the Ryobis. So
yeah,
yep.
No, it was good. So
let's be very clear. V1 ceramic is available, but that's the only one, right?
Yeah, version 2 of the ceramic spray sealant is available right now on the House of Rags. That's in the US. The international distributors, well, you guys can tell me, did they place their orders and are they shipping out eventually? Where are we at with that? I know Canada's been asking, and Europe and UK.
I think we're just waiting for them to finish through. Some people already placed orders; they just have to get it. So our UK partners will replace a clean order that should be going.
And by the way, for those who want tremendous value, if you haven't seen on our socials or on Thor yet, 25% off all version 1 chemicals for Clean by Pan on Thor for the entire month of January.
Entire month.
So no codes needed. Just add the items to your cart. The discount automatically gets applied. So that's a pretty big discount. So if you want to stock up, now is the time. That's a pretty big discount. And when V2s come in and V1s are sold out, that's it with V1s, no more of those. So for the shampoo, we're also adding more lubrication in the package. So if that's even possible, because V1 was already super lubricious, But we were able to add different surfactant packages, lubricity packages in there, and it's going to be even better. But the major thing is obviously lubrication, but the concentration. So double the concentration for the bucket. It should be some pretty wild stuff.
It is so. Okay, this is another one. Story time.
And we still managed to keep that viscosity to be easy to dilute. So what I especially liked, and viewer feedback too from V1, was that it was easy to dilute. It's not super thick. It's not clumpy. When you put it in your bucket, it mixes easily. You put it in your foam cannon, give that foam cannon a twirl, boom, you're done, good to go. And it rinses off with that same ease as V1. So double the concentration, yet still the same great user experience. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of the version 2s that we're launching. The other one is tire dressing. Now, this one is getting a major overhaul. So V1 was solvent based. We were going for long-term durability, 3 to 4 weeks on average of durability, great hydrophobics. You're getting repelling water, dirt, and dust and all that kind of stuff. It gave you kind of more of a glossy sheen. So not overly glossy, but not matte as well. And the feedback we got is just there's a preference, I think, for water-based tire dressings out there, and more people were asking for that. But I didn't really want to sacrifice durability that much because the majority of water-based dressings, they'll last a few days, about a week sometimes, first rainfall, and they're done. So the chemists were able to pull quite the trick with this one. So we're still getting weeks of performance. However, now this is a water-based tire dressing for V2. We added some darkening or blackening agents in there as well to give that darker, richer look. And on this one, you're getting more of a sheen, but on the matter side. So not matte where you're not noticing a dressing on your tire, but not as glossy because it's not a solvent-based formula. If you want more gloss, you can add a second layer, but you're still going to get those beautiful hydrophobics to repel dirt and dust, make the tires easier to clean during your maintenance washes. But yeah, this one is going to be a water-based formula. V1 and V2, by the way, we added no scent in there. So there is no scent. So for those who are wondering, usually Pan products smell amazing. If they don't need a scent, and we didn't think the tire dressing needed anything, it has no color and no scent. So that's for the tire dressing V2. I'm super excited for you guys to try that one.
Nice.
Next, we're moving on.
Which one are you going to? Can you do my favorite one?
Sorry?
The next one. Which one are you doing? My favorite one, right? The one that blew my mind. The
Quick Detailer?
Oh yeah, see, you read my mind. Green shirt and all, son. Green shirt and all. We're twins.
Man, the Quick Detailer V2. So V1 was already like, I wanted gloss, I wanted slickness, I wanted the whole 9 yards. For V2, I pushed and begged for even more gloss, even more slickness. And I think they've achieved it. And again, the same as the ceramic spray sealant, I wanted a better user experience. So despite us not being able to get this to streak regardless of application, some did report some streaking in some situations. So everybody works in different conditions. But for this one, we went for a better user experience. And this one you can use as often as you want. A multi-surface capable, obviously, matte surfaces, glossy surfaces, PPF, vinyl wraps, paint, wheels, glass, whatever you guys want. But the effect at the end that you get, that bump in slickness, like we applied this even on top of my ceramic coatings, and you're still getting a bump of slickness. So if slickness and gloss is your thing and you want something, this, by the way, Quick Detailer, we're not going for durability, right? This is a quick detailer meant for regular use. You can use this every day if you want, if you wash your car every day, every other week, whatever it may be. So use this as a drying aid with your drying towel on a wet surface, or you can use it with your just a regular microfiber towel on a dry paint. However you guys use your Quick Detailers, but I think you're going to love it. The scent, we still kept that Jolly Rancher blue scent. It's wild. Yeah. And one thing we did too with version 2s is I asked for more stability. So we wanted to, sometimes with some of the products, we'd get some light clumping. Now I spoke to the chemist about this, and it's no performance difference. It's just the fragrance sometimes separates itself. And so you just shake the bottle and you're good to go. But with V2, I wanted more consistency in the blends and less of that. It's just a visual thing, but still, like if I open my bottles, I want to look inside there. And so I think they managed to achieve that. So good improvements overall.
The changes too is it doesn't have SiO2 in it like your old one, right?
The backbone, there's a lot. I don't want to say none, but nothing that's curing or functional on the surface. This is not meant to be used as protection.
Right. So this one actually does not clog towels, but you still want to take care of your towels with any
Oh
quick.
yeah. Regardless of what you use, even if your drying aid is not protection oriented, like the Yum Detailer or My Quick Detailer, for example, the V2, you still want to wash your towels after use, guys, because you're still getting lubricating agents, gloss enhancers. You don't want those chemicals to coat your fibers because you're going to make your towels less absorbent over time. So it's not just like, oh, it's only when I apply a ceramic spray sealants that I have to wash them. Any spray that you're using with your towel, you want to prevent the fibers from being clogged or coated or masked with some things. And I personally always recommend wash your towels after use. Or at least if you can't wash them today, you're going to wash them 2 or 3 days later, put them in a rinseless wash bucket with rinseless solution in there. And it's at least going to start breaking down with the surfactants of the rinseless, the chemicals that are on the towels. And then when you're ready to wash, and of course, I highly recommend Detail Co. Renaissance. My favorite microfiber wash by a long shot. Guys, get a gallon. Don't even bother with a 16 ounce. Well, get the bottle of the 16 ounce to refill, but definitely get a gallon before it sells out again. People who know that's a sleeper in the lineup, you guys, if you haven't seen, I made a video as well on my channel on how you can properly wash towels. Because even today, some people are enthusiasts with detailing, but not everybody necessarily knows how to properly care for your towels. So no fabric softeners in there. You don't want to, again, coat the fibers with fabric softeners. No bleaches, no dyes, and whatever.
No extra fluff in there.
No extra
straight to the point, hard hitting.
And in the dryer, no dryer sheets. Don't put that on high heat to dry because you're going to melt the fibers. Don't forget, it's polyamide and polyester. That's
basically plastic.
Exactly. Yeah. So you're going to melt the fibers or curl them up, and then they lose their efficiency. So never high heat. Always the lowest heat possible, or air dry them if you have a rack and you can put them on there. So yeah, Quick Detailer V2 bomb.
Chris M asking, is this like a still one spray per panel, or how many sprays are we doing with
this one? As many as you want, it doesn't matter. I'm still on the area of don't waste product for no reason. But if you want to go ahead and 3, 4, 5, 6 sprays, whatever you guys want, you're eventually like always familiarize yourself with a new product when you're starting to use and do some tests on your own. Like see what works for you. If you do 1 or 2 sprays and it works great, stop. If you want to use more, use more. Like I won't prevent you from buying more product.
Yeah, but this one we actually tested with the Chemist Live, and then we did our own testing. We did 10 sprays a section, 15 sprays on the glass. We did everything, and we did it on different color cars.
Yeah. So this one again, user experience. This should be even better than V1 for sure. But definitely the gloss and the slickness was the focus with this.
It's on there, Corey. Microfiber 101, 102. I show you how to wash them up. So check them out. We need to get old Pandelis on that app. You know what I'm saying? We need some
wait. Before I get accused of anything.
Oh boy, here we go.
Look. Let me pull up my phone here.
I think he meant you, Pan, like your face.
Oh, my face.
Yeah.
I sent you guys videos, but if you guys haven't downloaded this yet, it's free. We are detailing on the Apple Store and on Google Store.
And we got some big plans for expansion coming up.
Yeah, Eddie and Jamie are doing some pretty cool stuff, but you're going to see a bunch of content creators on there that are giving just free tips for detailing. So that's a cool app to have on the phone at any given time. Okay, next. We're also moving up to the next V2 product. We're improving water spot remover. So V1 was already pretty good, although
this one's been hitting for me.
You did a great video with that one. So V2, we increased the strength. I still want to say though, this is meant more for a maintenance type. I like this for descaling, removing light water spots. This is not your gel type hardcore. Like, is it Energo from Labo Cosmetica? So there are some that are more definitely potent because they're in gel form. You're going to leave that on the surface to dwell kind of thing. Those are for your more stubborn type water spots. This one is for your more regular use. If you want to unclog your coating, say for example, you're using the demineralizing shampoo in the clean lineup for winter. I'm going to have a tutorial on that coming soon, by the way, because we're in the middle of winter here and it's just nasty. So I did a decon wash on all our vehicles. And so I like to start with the alkaline. So that's the Decon shampoo in the Clean by Pan lineup. That one's the high pH. So that's my snow foam. I rinse that off. And then I'll use the demineralizing acidic shampoo for the bucket wash and in the foam cannon again. So I'll refoam with the acidic and then have the acidic one, the demineralizing in the bucket. And that just helps to restore your coatings if you have a clogged or masked coating, because all of that road salt and grime and all that stuff accumulates over time. And sometimes just a regular shampoo is not strong enough to do all that work. So every other month, I like to do kind of a decon wash. And the water spot remover is just that step up from the demineralizing shampoo. So if you still have some lingering water spots and you want to further descale, or if you have some hard water issues where you live, for example, and those minerals tend to accumulate, you spray on the surface, let that dwell a bit, never let it dry on the surface. Don't work in direct sunlight with water spot removers. And then you can agitate with either a microfiber towel or a microfiber wash mitt, and then you rinse off. It's highly recommended if you're not sure you did a thorough job of rinsing, you can wash again with a neutral soap. But if you do a thorough job with rinsing, you should be good enough. And you can use this on glass, on paint, all the exterior surfaces. And V2, yeah, we bumped up that cleaning potential. So I think you're going to like that. Jamie, what was yours? Since you used it and you made a good video, what's your recommendation from a professional standpoint? Like, when would you use this in a professional business setting?
Yeah, they treat it as a mineral cleanser, like on your ceramic coatings. 3-6 months go by. Water spots are going to slowly start to creep in, and may not be the big water spots you see right off the bat, like Greg going the eddies and the sprinkler hits it, and those are water spots. But like, as you wash your car, no matter what, that water is going to evaporate on some parts of the car, and minerals are going to start to get deposited in that ceramic coating. So to have a mineral cleanser like this one right here, and just to do that monthly, tri-monthly, 6-month maintenance, yearly maintenance is phenomenal. So that's where this shines. Gets all that mineral junk off your nice.
I only use water spot removers to remove water spots, but then back in the day, we used to revive coatings with this. So seeing Jamie do it brought back a lot of good memories, because I liked how you could see on the panel there was some things that were dead, right? Even Infinity brought it back.
Yep.
And that's a sealant. So for me, it's like minerals are a thing. Clogging is a thing.
Yep.
I don't ever see that going away because coatings are porous. It's a polymer-based SiO2. So same thing as a clear coat. It hits.
And people, if you want to see in action, like obviously we have videos on our channels, but give a shout out to Chelsea from Attention to Details. She did her 18-month update on the performance of a bunch of coatings that are on her vehicle, and she used a water spot remover. I don't remember which brand, but basically she goes over the vehicle just spraying and wiping after the wash. And you can definitely tell it helped to remove the mineral contamination. So sometimes people think their coating is failing for whatever reason. That's not always the case. Sometimes it's just to do an appropriate decontamination, assuming the coating was applied properly, right? So if it was applied properly, usually it's just a case of doing some decon. We see that with customer service all the time. Hey, the coating is sheeting all of a sudden. What's going on? And then you guide them through the proper decontamination, because you still got to maintain coatings. They're not magical force fields. And then all of a sudden, boom, the hydrophobics are restored. So that's a great mineral cleanse, absolutely, for your ceramic coatings, your ceramic spray sealants, your ceramic spray coatings, whatever protection that you have on there, or even if you have unprotected paint. If you see that your paint might look dull or has some light water spots on there, and a regular wash won't do it, well, then you bump up to a water spot remover. If the water spot remover still doesn't do the job, then you need either a stronger gel form, or sometimes you need machine polishing. There are points where the etching, so the minerals, they started doing damage on the surface, regardless if it's the clear coat or the protection that's on top. And the only way to remedy that, unfortunately, in extreme situations, is machine polishing. So keep that in mind, guys. Next V2 product I want to talk about that's getting a major overhaul, the interior quick detailer. So we still kept the ease of use, the multi-surface capable, so it's still good on your vinyls, your plastics, your gloss black surfaces, infotainment displays, even your glass, wood pour trim, aluminum trim, it doesn't matter. Multi-surface, you're getting UV protection, anti-static properties, and of course it lightly cleans and protects. So this is your maintenance product. This is not your hardcore heavy duty protection or cleaning. This is for your maintenance. So every couple of weeks to every month, that's when I like to pull this out. Still going to have that amazing fragrance in there. We're keeping the same scent, but with this one, we're giving more value for money because it's going to be able to be diluted for V2. So we're going to put the instructions obviously on the label. But what we're aiming for so far is you can use it neat, so undiluted, of course. If you want to do some light duty cleaning, you're going to be able to dilute probably 1 to 10, 1 to 12 in that range. Medium duty cleaning and protecting, dilute 1 to 4 up to 1 to 8. And then for your heavy dutier cleaning, you are going to either use it neat or dilute 1 to 1.
I like that you made it dilutable.
Yeah.
So you're giving people who are even DIYers or even professionals the ability to have a quick detailer
Yep.
that you can use in dilutions. But this one actually
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
is special because it's this one.
We're all laughing because we know what people are going to experience, and we know how nutty V1 was. But then every time we ended up saying, okay, I think this is the final version. That smirk that I'm getting on my face, people who know when they watch my videos, when I smile like this, it means something. And yeah, V2s are going to be great. That by the way, those who have V1s, don't feel like you're missing out. Finish whatever you have; it's totally fine, and then jump on V2. V1 is still exceptional. I mean, that's what I started my line with. So those are still amazing products. There's nothing wrong whatsoever. It's just V2. We're improving on making them even better than version 1 in many ways, or sometimes it's basically a value proposition as well, like a higher concentration for the shampoo or a dilutable option like the interior quick detailer. So I think that's going to be a banger. This video, by the way, for those who are watching at a later time who weren't on the live stream, is going to serve as, if people want to know what version 2, what's the difference with V1, you guys can always refer to this and you'll have a kind of a quick snapshot of what has changed and what is coming up.
Hey, Pan, and aside real quick, so everyone's in chat. There's a bunch of questions coming in chat.
Ooh.
They are starred, so we'll move pretty quick to the rest of the line. Remember, available right now is only the sealant.
Correct. So the other ones we're expecting probably this month or early February. So they are in the pipeline. They are in production. There's obviously stability tests that need to be done. So the lab is very, very thorough. They like to do heat cycles and cold cycles and long-term stability tests to make sure the fragrances don't separate and the colors and all that. So it's pretty amazing stuff, super thorough. So one of the last V2 updates, the panel prep spray. So for this one, what we did, we changed a bit of the solvents and surfactant packages to make it even stronger in performance, but the scent I thought was okay. So everybody smells differently, right? So we were going kind of that green leaf tea formulation, but some people were saying that it smelled a little more on the vinegar side. That's because of the solvents that are in there. So I wanted a better user experience. So the performance was amazing. People had no problems with performance, obviously. But for this one, we changed the scent. So it's going to be more pleasant. I'm not going to quite say yet what you guys are going to experience. I want you to kind of smell the difference. And so it shouldn't smell solventy anymore. It should smell way more pleasant. It's still, don't forget, this still has solvents in there. They're VOC compliant, obviously. But you need that because what we're doing with the surfactants and the solvents is if you had just isopropyl alcohol alone, a lot of people like diluting that. It's not always enough to fully pull out all the oils and the residues after your machine polishing. So you need something a little stronger than that to be able to pull up all those oils. So we have isopropyl alcohol, of course, for evaporation purposes, but we also have surfactants and solvents in there, just like V1, but improved on those and a better scent experience and a little more lubrication as well, because lubrication is always important. You're done machine polishing. Obviously, when you're wiping with your panel prep spray, you don't want to induce any type of marring on your freshly polished surface. So I think people are going to love V2 as well for the panel prep spray. So that pretty much rounds up, I think, V2. Let me go over the list. So we had the ceramic spray sealant V2. That's available now at the House of Rags. Gallon size and 16 ounce for all V2 products, by the way. So you can get that right now at the House of Rags. So V1 is discontinued. It completely sold out, right? Even in gallon form, guys?
Yeah, it should all be V2.
Goodbye. So all V2. I don't know if you guys were able to check as well. Are all the labels okay? We can speak about that later, but they should have that V2 on there, right?
Yep.
It should be good. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And then we have the panel prep spray V2. We have the quick detailer V2. We have the ceramic spray coating. That's not a V2, obviously, because it just launched last week. And then we have tire dressing V2, water-based now. We have the interior quick detailer V2 coming up. We have the water spot remover V2. So that's the entire V2 lineup coming up for you guys. So you can still pick up V1, by the way. If you haven't tried the Clean by Pan lineup, now's the time. 25% off the entire month of January on all the version 1 chemicals going on right now. Just add the items to your cart. No code. No codes needed. Big sale.
Big sale.
Big sale. And then V2 is coming up. Well, as we said, ceramic spray sealant V2 available now. And then the rest of the V2 From between now and mid-February, the majority of them should launch. You can keep checking Thor, but when they officially launch, I'll make announcements on my socials as well.
Yeah, we'll put out emails, etc.
Yeah, so lots
we
of
go.
banger formulas, boys, ready
Let's
for
answer some
the
questions.
Sam to check out.
Yep. This is a great question to start off because we just talked about panel prep. So is the panel prep better than using just a normal isopropyl alcohol water mix? What do you think
Absolutely.
about that, Dan?
Yep, that's exactly what I mentioned here, and that goes in line with a lot of good brands out there. Like if I look at another one of my favorite panel preps, well, Detail Co's obviously, and there's Paleus from Phoenix EOD that's available on Thor as well. That works well. So they're not just alcohol based; they also have surfactants. Some of them also have solvents. So again, IPA alone, and this is from a chemistry standpoint, is not enough to fully pull all the oils and to ensure a true virgin clear coat, unless you do 1,000 passes maybe. But the best thing is always to have something that's a little more potent to do that, and in one pass. So that's where the actual panel prep sprays that are formulated by coating brands, that's where they're going to bump up your cleaning potential. So if you haven't tried a true panel prep spray from a brand, do it. You're going to like it.
Boom. Which clean products are in stock or V2 right now? Let's answer it one more time. Just in case
Ceramic
someone's
spray
tuning in.
sealant version number 2 is on the House of Rags right now. That was the first V2 to launch. It was the highest selling spray chemical in the lineup. So that's why that one launched first. That's the one that's the most requested as well. So that and the Quick Detailer V2, I think, for spray products. Yeah.
There you go.
And obviously, for those who are wondering, the ceramic spray coating sold out in just 48 hours. We are already working on a fresh batch. As soon as that gets back in stock, we're hoping end of January, beginning February. No official dates, but believe me, I want them back in stock as soon as possible. And we've ordered a crap ton. So hopefully you guys can, who weren't able to order when it launched, now you'll be hopefully able to.
Brian tuning in says he watched Matt from OG on a Washington Talk last night. He said coatings should be, the year claims should go away completely. What's your take on it?
Yeah, it's a tough one because there is no governing body on that. And so if one brand does it, it would be, and no other brand does it, guess who's not going to sell coatings anymore? The brand that changed the metrics.
Like we did
Ivan
that,
McCoy,
right? Thor did it.
Sorry?
We had that. We didn't put claims on thick or slim. We just said more solids.
Yeah.
And then everyone for like, when we
What's the first question people ask then?
What's
is
that? How long did it last? Why did
exactly.
it last? Why didn't you put that on the box? Why didn't you do this on the box?
Ivan LaCroix spoke about this very openly and candidly. When he launched DIY Detail, their first ceramic coating was simply named ceramic coating. And he was honest enough. He said, guess what? We didn't sell pretty much nothing because people were confused. They were asking how long it lasts. We didn't want to talk about durability claims. We've seen another company go the route of not putting durability claims, and that didn't go well. So the problem is people have been accustomed to asking how long it lasts. There's an obsession with that. So it's tough. Like we're open to comments, but nobody has solved this yet. All of the brands that I talk with, and I've been reviewing pretty much all the good coatings brands out there, it's a nightmare. So even if there would be some recommended the good, better, best, but there too, like some people understand it, but the majority of the people would still be like, yeah, but how long does it last? Or for professionals, the difficulty is, and you guys can attest to this, if you try to explain to a person, I'm not going to tell you how long it lasts. They're paying for a service. They want to have a guesstimate. So it's going to be confusing now because if you tell your customer, I can't tell you how long it's going to last, I have even an idea. Although the other issue that I also understand with coatings is that's where I try to educate viewers on it. When you see, for example, a 4-year coating, that doesn't mean that coating lasts 4 years in all situations, in all conditions. There are factors with ceramic coatings: the environment, the prep, the application, the conditions, the maintenance. There are so many different variables. The mileage that you do in a year, even. Is it a car that's garage kept? Is it a vehicle that's daily driven that sits outside in the elements all the time? Well, guess what? That coating won't last, or sometimes it will last, sometimes it will outlast. If it's a museum car that never sees the elements, it will probably outlast that 4 years. If it's a car that's daily driven here in Montreal, Canada, stays outside, we have crazy winters, maybe it'll get 2 years. Who knows? Those are variables that people need to understand.
Maybe you'll just switch to
confusing for a lot.
To X years, right? Up to X years.
Yeah.
Up to, sorry, excuse me, Ben. Let me finish. But then you have to understand, right? We as detailers sell our services to our customers.
Yeah,
buy a year statement to get more value or more money. That's just part of life. Like we got silver, gold, platinum.
Like
right?
I would love to have that, but then you'd sell no product because
Yeah, yeah, no, I'm just saying,
they're gonna
no,
default to what they know. Oh, that other brand tells me I
I
know
ain't
it's gonna last 2 years. Well,
Pan, why do you hate me, Pan? Why do you
no,
hate
I don't hate you.
me? I didn't finish.
I'm just
I'm trying
passionate.
to support one statement. It's like if we as detailers are selling coatings, right? To our customers, we need to educate our customers that X happens if X happens. You can sell, and I have an industrial coating on a car that I did 4 years ago. The industrial coating said that a bullet could hit it and it doesn't do anything. Guess what? The industrial coating failed.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, we have to. It's like clear coat. Clear coat, they sell it for the life expectancy of a car. Why is clear coat failing?
Fails at 10 years, just about these
Yeah,
days.
it's just you have to understand, right? It's we as detailers that are running a business, educate, put them on a maintenance plan if you're worried, right? But always educate. Like I tell my customers straight up, this will last X if you do X. If you don't do X, I'll see you in 2 years.
Yeah, and the other issue, because I've seen it from both sides right now as a manufacturer and before as a tester or customer, even before I started my channel. So the when you discuss with the chemists, because that was my question too, formulating this, right? How do you come up with the durability claims? Because obviously you're not going to stand there if you have an 8-year coating waiting for 8 years next to the vehicle, or if you have a 3-year coating or a 4-year coating, whatever it may be. So what chemists do is they, in their lab testing, they do accelerated aging, they do chemical resistance testing. Of course, the experience of the chemist itself helps because they've had experience now for probably over 15 years with consumer grade coatings at this point, or professional grade coatings. So that plays a lot of factors, new raw materials coming in. So the best they can do is kind of give a guesstimate in good conditions, in normal conditions, in a normal environment without external factors affecting it too much. What is the expected life durability of that coating? So that's where usually the durability claims come from, but that doesn't always translate to real world use. And that's the biggest difference. So I do understand people who are like, does that mean that it's no? I see it. I've always seen it more as a differentiating factor within the same brand. So say, for example, Clean by Pan, we have the 3-year and the 8-year. For me, I see it as a comparison. So the 3-year will last less long than the 8-year. So does it mean that both the 3-year will last 3 years and the 8-year will last 8 years? As we said, it depends on conditions, variables, maintenance, application. There's no guarantee. And then in the professional world, when you do see the warranties, you pay for that in the service because warranties don't come free. Usually you have to come back, right, for a either bi-yearly or at least annual kind of service, and you're going to pay for that as a customer. So it allows the detailer to do the decon. It allows the detailer to apply a topper. So that's how those are maintained. But those are obviously very costly because you're paying thousands for the application. Yeah.
When you sell a product, you have to be forthright with your customer that nothing you do is bulletproof.
Exactly. I always had that conversation with customers, even when I'm applying my own coatings. So this can last up to in perfect situations, but likeliness of that happening depends on you, your experience, your maintenance, your mileage, where is the vehicle sitting, all those. So when you have open conversations with people, at least they get to understand. One thing is for sure, though, at the end of the day, ceramic coatings are still way more durable than Carnauba waxes or your regular synthetic liquid paint sealants. It's another level.
Sure.
Now, how long they'll last, I think that's the challenge. I haven't seen a brand properly give a solution to that yet.
I got a guy.
Better, best, I would love that, but nobody's going to bite to that. And then the other brands are still going to put ears. And so you're the only one doing it.
You know how when you and Jamie visit, you know that big refinery you see in Pocatello that smells like poop?
That newer port.
That huge one, yeah. When you come into the airport,
it smells terrible. Yeah, more about it.
I got a guy who sees me. I love this guy's name is Darson. I hope he doesn't mind.
Oh yeah. If you work at like a place like that,
I applied a coating.
Yeah.
I applied it. 2
Toast.
layers.
Oh yeah, no.
6 months cooked. He
Gone.
brought it in. I put an industrial one in it. 6 months it's cooked. I put it in again. I put another coating on it. So far, this coating is doing better than the other coatings, right? But it's still like his conditions, and all he has it there is parked. He just has it parked there. But he says that the stuff he's getting from the actual factory is destroying it. So yeah,
it's the same thing. I have a carbon plant about 3 miles up the road, 3, 4, 5 miles up the road, and it cooks.
Destroys it.
It cooks stuff.
And that industrial coating I spent a lot of money on. And I'm telling you, it was supposed to be touched by God, bulletproof, nothing to lose, gone.
But you know what? At the same time, we're lucky in this day and age where there are some solutions to that. So, of course, If you're years down the line and you want a new coating, machine polish the old one off and apply a new one. All you need to do is a light polish, by the way. A light abrasion, mechanical, will remove the majority of the coatings. It's very rare that you'll need a compound end polish or wet sanding, maybe some hardcores, but those are not those available to the public.
Logan, that's impossible. V2's not out yet.
So the exactly.
Logan, I don't know. I'm not saying you're lying, but it's impossible. V2's not out yet. So if it's thick,
listen, I don't even have a bottle of my official V2 with a final label on. I have the final sample. So I don't think somebody has a V2 bottle out there.
What government agency do you work for? All right,
he's in deep.
A bunch of questions.
All right.
But to get back to where I was, we're lucky to live in this day and age where also we have spray coatings now. So if you have, regardless which brand of coating you have, you see the performance starting to diminish. Of course, first start by doing a chemical decon. So see if that helps. Iron removers, the acidic shampoos, alkaline shampoos, that usually does a big thing. You can use the newer generation synthetic perforated decontamination towels like the Clean by Pan towel with proper lubrication. That's going to remove some of the crunchies. So if you still have problems, water spot remover if you want to demineralize. But if really there's some early signs of some panels that are perhaps failing, usually it's the lower parts of the doors or the rear bumpers, wash the vehicle, do that decon. Once it's dry, do the panel prep spray, and then apply a ceramic spray coating. So, of course, I'll talk about mine, the Clean by Pan, because I freaking love this thing. But it's super easy. You can apply it with a microfiber towel, or if you want to use less, you can apply it on a microfiber applicator. Make sure you're applying the proper amount. Always follow the instructions, guys, that come inside the box, please. With products, familiarize yourself with it at least the first time. And then you're going to have crazy hydrophobics. You gave the gloss, the slickness, and you bump that up for another good year. So it's spray on, apply, and very easy to do, and you don't have to worry about it. So don't freak out when you see things happening with coatings. They're still multi-year protectants, and it's not because your hydrophobics are changing or you're losing a bit of that slickness. Usually that's the upper top layer. That doesn't mean that the coating failed or is gone, right? But they do need maintenance. They're not force fields. Even for my own coatings, they're not bulletproof. They're not this magical thing you set and you forget, right? And when we say no toppers are needed for some of those, it doesn't mean that you can't use them. And it doesn't mean there's no benefit. Obviously, when you're applying a topper, you're adding a sacrificial layer on top of your coating. So guess what's going to take the brunt of the element first? Well, it's that sacrificial layer. So if you want to extend anything out there, you can use ceramic spray sealants as well. So do what you need to just enjoy it, right? It should be a process where like applying hydration onto your skin with a moisturizer, you can use the quick detailer, ceramic spray sealant, spray coating, whatever you guys want, but take care of your coatings and they will love you back. By the way, look at this. I don't know if you guys can tell. This is Montreal, Canada for you. Look how it's, again, a snowstorm. You can't even see the homes anymore. We're covered in snow. It's nonstop.
I'll walk around naked with the windows open. All right, hey Pan, we're gonna do the whole speed round answering questions.
Yeah, we got a bunch of questions.
Yep,
so we're speed rounding this, guys.
What question though? You live out there in the woods. You've seen what kind of animals out there? You got some. What's in Canada? You got some bears or something?
Where I live, yeah, I'm in a wooded area. We see some deer. We see some coyotes.
That's my move.
Fox.
He's out.
He's out. Why?
I don't do deer. I don't do wildlife.
But you eat them. You don't do them, but you eat them, right?
I don't eat deer. No,
he don't eat it. No,
you don't eat deer.
No, everybody says I bet can make deer taste like chicken. I'm like, dog. I look at my body. You don't get this big if you don't taste your food. I had a guy try to give me moose knuckle, not moose knuckle. That's weird.
Moose knuckles.
Take him off the screen. Look, the next question. All right, is V2 ceramic sealant and detailers beaters or sheeters?
What's the question? I can't even hear you.
We're gonna cut the stream off. Just cut the stream off.
Oh,
I can't breathe. Do you
I can't even read anymore.
Ceramic sealants and detailers? You think they're beaters, sheeters? What's the performance?
Oh, that's a very good question, because the majority of the products out there, it'll well, obviously you're going to get, if you spray with a pressure washer, you're going to get beating. That's the hydrophobic properties. There is a water contact angle of the droplets on the surface. The water tension plays a lot into it, right? If you're flooding the panel with your garden hose and you're letting that steady stream of water, it's going to quickly sheet off. So you can have both sheeting or beating depending on how you're using your water. And that's regardless of pretty much what protection you own there. The majority of protections are naturally beading because they have hydrophobics. That's just the nature of the chemistry. But you can make them sheet if you want them to sheet. Eddie's out of control.
Yeah,
I'm trying to focus.
this that.
Pan, I'm so sorry.
Can't breathe.
Oh,
Oh,
That
man.
one time when Pan made a joke inside of the house we were staying at SEMO, we were on the floor for 45 minutes laughing.
45 minutes.
Which one?
Couldn't breathe.
When you
Mm.
you walked around with the camera and you're like, guys, I don't know if you're filming for real, but you're like, guys, look where I'm at. All right, sorry. Focus.
oh, with the disgusting sofas that we had.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
terrible. Let's not talk. Let's not bring them up. Let's not bring them up. Terrible. Look, when you book a thing in Vegas, look, just stick to hotels, all right? Don't do
Hotel,
Airbnb.
That
All right,
house was disgusting.
disgusting. All right, is Clean V2 sealant as stout as Detoco Infinity? What you think, Eddie? Where are we? At?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you guys answer that.
I'm gonna let Eddie
Version
answer
two?
that.
Well, I can't contradict Pan. I'm gonna say
I think both are stout.
I'm gonna say
I'll leave it at
accurate.
that. I'll leave you guys decide.
Pan said he
Infinity
didn't
has
wanna
a
do age
higher
statements,
learning curve,
but
that's for
his-
sure.
His sealant is stout. He says it's not, but in my opinion, when I tested it, it's beautiful.
It's still up there.
I'm underplaying.
Question.
last 3 weeks.
Pan, I have V1 of your spray sealant on my truck. Can the new ceramic spray coating be used on top?
Yes, but don't forget, you always want the strongest protection as your base layer. So the ceramic spray coating as the base would have been ideal. But can you in this case? Of course you can. It's just don't expect a year of durability because you're applying it on something else over top that has not as much durability on it, right? So keep that in mind. But yes, you can. Just wash the vehicle, use the panel prep spray to degrease, and apply the ceramic spray coating on top. As long as you manage your expectations for durability, but you're going to get a bump in gloss and hydrophobic and slickness for sure.
Suggest weekly. What's your suggested way to do a touchless weekly winter wash and get all the salt off? I assume he's trying to type there. I usually end up with some dust or film left over. Oh yeah.
You can't there for me there's no such thing as a touchless wash that will give you 100% clean results, right? So you can get close with Chemex, for example, their system, but you're still going to have that film. The only way to remove that film is with mechanical agitation. So I am not one that will tell you that a touchless wash
You're better
will
off
give
doing
you
a
100% clean. Nothing beats a contact wash.
I would do if
pre-wash and then contact.
And they could use your demoralizing shampoo, put it in a pump sprayer.
Yep.
10-1, leave it on, and then you could take some type of rinseless in a keg, spray it off to remove it all, and then do a contact wash with the rinseless.
Yep.
The closest you're gonna get. in the winter.
Exactly. But the contact is very important. So that film that's there, it has to be mechanically removed.
Said moose knuckle. All right, next question.
Is the Sense still as strong as V1's?
Strong. What do you mean?
That's objective. I can't like.
That's. I don't think it was strong at all. I think it was like you must have.
These
a note.
guys love perfume, so I'm gonna say
I'm like,
yes.
But we're keeping the same scent. I don't know if that was more the.
There you go.
Oh, that's Jeremy fragrance style. No, overspray J. Nothing
Overspray
less
J.
than 100.
Mhm.
I did that the other day at church. My pastor told me to go sit in the foyer.
Of course, for sure. Can you imagine 100 sprays of a?
You know what I did? You know which one I used? I used Gison's Valley. So it smells like, the oud wood smell.
Oof, that's potent. Hey, somebody joked the other day. You probably get the reference because I hadn't seen the movie. He's like, "Hey, Pan," because they saw my life story video on my channel and they saw that I love perfumes. And they're like, "Hey, did you try Odeon Panther? Apparently, that's amazing." I'm like, "Odeon Panther? Never heard of it." So apparently, it's from Anchorman. It's made from a panther, and then they crush the panther in a
I remember
bottle,
that.
and it smells like crap. It smells like dookie.
That's hilarious. Modest Man coming in. Is it more cost effective? Isn't it more cost effective just run with V1? Why do the upgrade? Is it marketing? I've wondered why companies do that. So, Pan, what's your
All companies
V1,
will,
V2?
well, most companies come out with version 2s when they listen to customer feedback or they have new raw materials available or when you want improvements on something. Does that mean that V1 is bad? No. If a company tells you that their V1 is bad all of a sudden, I wouldn't spend my money with them anymore. Like I said, my V1s, I mean, heck, that's what I launched with. Still super proud of them. What we wanted with V2 in case of the ceramic spray sealant, for example, I wanted more gloss, more slickness, and a better user experience. So when you can tweak things, because you might like something, but then you're selling to the masses, you got to listen to the feedback as well and give more of what people want. So you can improve things in that way. Or if you notice some issues with, it wasn't the case with RV1s, but if you saw anything that was deeply wrong, or you're getting a lot of feedback in one case, I think you need to do some improvements. And if you have access to your chemists, well, that's how you know that you can also trust the brand, is when they can change their formulations. If it's a, well, I won't even get to that discussion, but basically, yeah, you can, there's many reasons why you'd go with V2, but that doesn't negate V1 quality. So
yeah, I think V1 right now is a gift to you guys to use, get used to it. V2 is continuous improvement. Next question.
Exactly.
Can your rinseless wash be used as a pad cleaner like Ivan does with his polishing pads?
Absolutely. That's what I put in my System 4000 Lake Country pad washer. The rinseless wash, same dilution ratio, 1 to 256, half an ounce for every gallon of water. You put that in there and boom. And that's also a great solution in a bucket. So what I like to do, you put 4 gallons of water, of warm water, if you can, in a bucket, and dilute your rinseless wash in there. And you can use that to store your towels once you're done detailing. If you don't want to wash them right away, that will start breaking down all the chemicals that are on there, waiting for you to wash them a few days later. So yeah, multi-use. You can even use the rinseless wash for the interior cleaning. Jamie did a demo with me when we launched the product, so we have all of that on the channel. So great interior cleaner as well.
Nothing was wrong with V1 tire dressing. Chelsea Bailey says he loves it. He prefers solvent-based dressing. So
Chelsea, I'm going to tell you that
Chelsea's amazing.
When you try it, when you try V2, it'll feel like a solvent base. I'm not joking.
Yeah.
I think she also wanted the towel with the logo. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to do it, and now we're no more logos. But thanks, Chelsea, the support. I see all the usual supporters, and I appreciate all of you guys.
Chi-Town Zale, any words on the pickups in Woodridge? Retired police here.
Thanks for your service.
He works cheap. He works cheap. I think he's suggesting he may step up and want to help out with these pickups. We need to revisit this and straighten out. It was a little logistically with a website to who's going to pick the order, who's going to bring it over there. We didn't work it out all the way.
Hey, by the way, Jelena, Duck Pond Detailing. I want to give her a shout out. She found out watching my my life story video that I'm half Greek. My dad's Greek, and she has Greek blood in the family from her papu, which is the grandpa. So Yasu, Jelena. I don't know if she speaks Greek. You can tell us in the comments. Do you speak?
I'm gonna tell you right now, she looks real Spielbergish.
Real Spielbergish.
She got the star glasses on. She's got like the funky like purple tint. Yep. And she's about her business. When she comes,
about her business. Jelena ain't messing around. All right. Next question: will V1 still be available to those who wish to purchase V1, or will they ultimately be all changed to V2?
No, once V2 launch and V1 sells out, no more V1s. Once we phase them out, they're gone forever.
At what point do you recommend bumping up from a quick detailer to a full rinseless wash?
Huh?
I think he's using his quick detailers as like waterless wash.
Ooh, I wouldn't do that. Like what quick detailers for me are just some spot cleanings, but guys, even waterless washes, you don't see me use those on the channel. I prefer a rinseless wash method, much safer. I don't like applying stuff on a dirty, dry surface unless you're some light dusting. You're in a car show, you washed your car earlier in the day and you want to do some light pickups. As long as you're lubricating, use a plush towel like the Freebird 400 in the Clean by Pan lineup or the Freebirds from Thor. But I'd still prefer a rinseless wash be sprayed and then wiped off the surface if you're doing a rinseless wash method. So I wouldn't use a quick detailer to clean a vehicle. That is not the purpose of a QD. Don't do that, guys.
Hey, we got a super chat, $5. Hey. Shout out.
1968 MEPS.
Big M there. Any benefits to topping ceramics with quick detailers or spray sealants, or is there any drawbacks?
There's no real drawbacks, and just remember that depending on which brand products you're using, you might alter the properties of whatever is underneath. So if you like your coatings hydrophobics, try and stick with that same company's sprays for being topped off because they usually make sure the chemistry is compatible. So in the case of clean by pan coatings, the hydrophobics are so great. We don't want to use anything in our lineup that will alter that. So the spray sealant, the quick detailer, and the ceramic spray coating are all meant to have amazing hydrophobics and will not kind of degrade the hydrophobics that are underneath. But definitely topping a ceramic coating, even when it's not necessarily needed, is still a good idea because you're adding just that sacrificial layer. And who doesn't like bumping up the gloss and the slickness? I'm totally fine with that. And of course, if you are using a microfiber drying towel, you're not using a blower, then please always use a quick detailer or drying aid with your towel. You need that lubrication between the towel and the paint. So that way you're not inducing any marring during the drying stage. And by the way, shout out to Scandinavian Detailing, one of the Clean by Pan distributors in Europe.
All right. So, all right, Pam, I need you to think speed round here.
We speed round. We got 2 minutes. Pan has to leave.
I need you to think speed round, Pan. All right. Can you use water spot remover with rinseless wash?
Yeah. Once you're done cleaning the vehicle at the end, whatever's on there, you can spray a bit of rinseless wash, agitate it. Make sure you rinse it off. So spray the rinseless to neutralize it. You do not want to leave an acidic-based product like the water spot remover on the surface. So do a thorough job of rinsing and wiping, or you can rewash the car with your rinseless if you want to make sure you neutralize it.
How does your WSR compare to DIY's WSR?
I don't talk about product comparisons. I'm obviously a brand, so there's bias there. I'll let others do the talking.
I don't use any water spot remover outside of nothing. If it doesn't, you know what happens if it doesn't bead, Pan? You know what Eddie does? Decon it, wash it. If it acid starts,
just
bring it back.
polish it off.
Top and send. Top.
And send. All right.
Send a letter. Put a note. I hope you like your hydrophobic. See you next week.
See you next week. All right. How does water spot remover differ from demineralizing shampoo, and would you use one versus the other?
Great question, Becca. I hope you're doing well, by the way. So there's, as I explain on my channel, there's always tiers, right, to an issue. You always want to start with the less aggressive method first. And for the majority of the brands, the less aggressive method is always the acidic soap. So if you have mineral contamination, you have film from road salts in the winter, or you have hard water where you live and you have water spotting, start with the demineralizing shampoo. That's the acidic one first. Wash the car. If your issue is resolved, that's where you stop. Then you don't need to neutralize, by the way, the Clean by Pan demineralizing shampoo or the Decon shampoo after their use. You just rinse and you continue on. Then if you still see the light water spotting, or if you still see some mineral accumulation, then you bump it up to the water spot remover. That's the second stage of aggression. So that usually will take care of the majority of the stuff. And then if it's still on there, that's when you know you're at the point of needing machine polishing. So those are usually the three tiers. Guys, correct me if you want to add anything, but the soaps, then the water spot removers, and then machine polishing.
Where's my star questions? What's the deal with water spot removing quick detailers? Do those work?
Not sure. Never did a scientific.
No.
How do you test that scientifically? I have no idea.
That would be like a video that would never end, because then some quick detailers are more stout than others. Some water spot removers are more stout. Like if you still see hydrophobics when you're done, the protection is likely still there. If you killed the hydrophobics with a chemical, when most likely either you scarred it, so if it doesn't come back after a pH neutral wash, well, then you maybe did something to the LSP, the last step protection that's on top, because quick detailers aren't meant to last forever. So just reapply your quick detailer at that point, right? That's the should be the last step after a wash anyways.
Yeah, I was looking into one for our boat line, so maybe we'll pop one out sooner or later. You never know. We'll see. So interior QD is dilutable. Does that mean it's a heavier cleaner or similar chemistry? How's it more concentrated?
So the interior QD is dilutable, heavier cleaner, or is a similar chemistry but more concentrated? No, it's just to give a value proposition. So 1-to-1, it will have just a little more strength than V1, but this is still, I want to make clear, the interior quick detailer is a maintenance product. This is not your heavy duty cleaner. If you want that, you got Sword, and what's your other one for protection in Detail Co?
Shield.
Shield. So you got Sword and Shield. I would start with that for the base cleaning and base protection, and then you can maintain that with the interior quick detailer. So it's your lighter duty stuff. Keep that in mind.
I use interior quick detailers when customers come in and I'm just doing a maintenance wash and I just hit the panels.
Hey, we got 1968 MEPS. He forgot to ask the question with his super chat, so I'm going to answer that.
All right,
what are your thoughts on the Cayenne? I know you renew every 3 years. We still stick to Porsche. That's a great question. I love the experience with the Cayenne, but I have a feeling I'm going to get back to maybe a 911 because I really missed that car. It was so special. I have about a year left. We'll see. You guys give me your thoughts on what potentially I should be looking into next. But I really, really like the Porsche experience. So maybe it will still be another one. But the Cayenne, I love it for an SUV. Maybe SUVs are not for me right now. I don't know. I'll have to see when time comes, do some test drives, and see where my mind leads me.
I think you get a 911, and then Eddie flies in. He rotary cuts it for you, 2-steps it, and
Pan, but Pan, you see me in live. You see me in person.
Oh, I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah. The only one I burnt paint is the freaking Tundra because it was repainted and they didn't have a base. You could tell there was no base to it.
Listen, I would trust you with polishing my girlfriend's car, not my car. No, Eddie knows his stuff, guys. For anybody watching, I've seen this man. We've detailed cars together, and he's amazing. Jamie too, by the way. Those guys, like, no joke.
Wish he was as good polisher.
Logan has the question of the podcast. Why does your iron remover smell like cheeks?
That's the TGA, the thioglycolic acid that's in there. Unfortunately, there's no way of right now circumventing that. I think a few brands have tried, but the performance is just not there. If you want performance, unfortunately, that's the rotten egg smell. It comes from the TGA that's in there. And so I wanted performance, and I preferred to go the performance route than the smelling good but not performance route. So each one has to make their decisions, but it's a strong one. You can dilute it, by the way, 50-50. Use some distilled water, and you can stretch it out. Obviously, the scent is going to be a little less potent and still as strong. So if that's a thing, but yeah, pretty much all iron removers, they smell like cheeks. Yeah, that's the rotten egg scent. There's nothing much you can do about that right now. Hopefully one day somebody finds a solution.
8-year coating freezer life. You putting them in freezers when you don't use the whole bottle? How do you store your coatings?
So unopened, the shelf life is a year. Once you crack it open and start using it, close the lid tightly, then you can store it in the freezer. You should store it in the freezer once it's opened, and you have up to 6 months. So the next time you want to use it, just pull it out of the freezer the day before, let it get back to room temp. And even in the freezer, for those who are wondering, by the way, the formula will not freeze because there's no water in there. It's only raw materials. So it's just to keep it fresh and keep the chemistry stable.
Yeah, we got to head back to work too, Chelsea. So we're getting on out of here.
That was amazing, guys.
V2s, ceramic coatings in the works.
Are you doing V2s? No V2s planned because the formulas are just bangers. We are pushing R&D to see if there's any potential of improvements because the V1s were so good of the ceramic coatings. I don't even know how I'll be able to do some improvements, but for sure we're always looking for raw materials. So when new stuff gets sent out or becomes available, I know the chemists love to do that, and I give them free reign to, like, if we can do some major improvements, but I wouldn't launch a V2 if there's no significant improvement. So I don't know what can be improved for now. You guys keep on letting me know, but even on Amazon, where it's brutal for comments usually, right, for brands, both the 3 and the 8 year, they have 5-star ratings. So I keep that feedback at heart because I know people love them. So if we see things that need to be improved, we'll launch a V2. But for now, still good. But we're always pushing R&D continuously as well. So there's always things in the mix.
Best steamer and extractor. You use any of them?
A steamer for here it says for a DIY detailer or a beginner, I would go for a McCulloch. I have the MC 1385 still to this day. It just works fine. But Eddie likes more the what's your steam? Because he has a good one.
He's got the Italian Stallion.
He's got like 10 bars of pressure. It's got more pressure than my blood pressure. I'm talking about that thing spits dragon flames.
But that's like $1,000 steamer, right?
No, it's $3,500.
$3,500. Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, dog, because it spits hot water. Like you could put it to hot water and it's hot water
immediately.
So for a beginner, you don't need that.
No. Get a Chief. Get a McCulloch.
Yep.
I like the Dupre Cube.
Dupre, great brand. Yeah.
Really great steamer. All right, final question.
That's 3. We got to answer Philip. He's been waiting for his question.
Okay. I'm trying to.
If you were to do it all again, what would you tell your younger self? Do what all again? The YouTube stuff? I would tell myself, don't start a YouTube channel. Don't go on social media, guys.
Oh, next one. Fans watch.
Phil, it's difficult. Not often I can do a contact wash in winter. Any suggestions for those in between times to spray the car off at a wash bay?
I got you, dude. This is my living space.
Okay, what's he gonna do?
I actually get paid to do cars in the winter. Like unlike
Hybrid
Pan,
wash.
Pan only does expensive cars, right? Pan has a limit. Ask Pan, I take dumpster fires. Would you agree?
Yeah.
You've been taking the worst.
I take the worst because I'm trying to. I don't ever want anyone to say, "Well, he's not a real detailer." I actually have a business. This is what Eddie does. Here's what I'm gonna do. I would take APC or I would take Pan's even decon. Hear Eddie out. Put in a pump sprayer, foam, or spray it on. If you spray it on, you'll get a lot more bite right away versus the foam. Foam is meant to dwell. Spray on with the bubbles are meant to pop and interact faster. I would do a 5-to-1. Spray it on. Go to the car wash, spray it down, and then take it back either to your house if you're not that far away and do a rinse wash in the garage. Done. 256-1, done. If you can only do it at a car wash, take Pan's decon, pump, spray around the car, let it dwell, hit it with the freaking foam thing, do a quick rinseless, pop, dry, detail spray, be out. But remember, if you're in the winter, it's going to get dirty anyway quick. So
Yeah.
you can expect perfection.
I wash my car, I go out, it's already dirty. It's nuts.
Yeah, same thing for the guy earlier who had film after kind of rinsing and had the salt film. You got to contact wash some way, rinseless wash, best way to do it.
Yep.
After a pre-treat. All right. Can we mix V2 clean and Infinity to make the perfect clean?
Don't play armchair
No,
chemists,
no,
guys.
No,
I mean, if you want to have fun but that's on you.
Yep.
you
Yeah,
can
you can't
do
mix the
that.
product and then complain about, stability issues. You know what I mean? So
Guys,
avoid
don't-
all that. Avoid all
Don't let people hinder you. Like, go get some distilled water. Put a keg together with distilled water and still wash
Yes.
your car at your renters. Don't use their hard water nonsense.
Yeah.
And then if you're
Rinseless
near
wash.
hard water, this is where protection comes in. Either the 1-year spray coating or pan sealant, because hard water spots on top of a coating is easier to remove than the clear coat.
Yeah.
I'm out.
That's a wrap. That's it. That's all we got.
All right. That was awesome, guys. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. And again, V2 ceramic spray sealant, V2 right now on Thor. 25% off V1 stuff all month of January on Thor as well. And the rest of the V2 coming between now and sometime in February. Hopefully they're in production. So stay tuned for all that. And thanks for the support. You're going to see videos, of course, on the channel and a bunch of other cool stuff coming up. I got some crazy ideas coming.
Hit the outro.
How do I hit the outro?
No, Pan's got to do it. You got to tell him to keep it
Oh.
tight.
Oh.
Keep it clean. What
Care
you
anymore.
doing?
He's like, "Don't do
Guys,
this
man.
anymore, dude."
Nice. Thanks for being there. Thanks for watching. And in the meantime, don't forget, keep it tight, keep it clean, and we'll see y'all on the next one. Thanks, everyone.